I'm scared of trying, I'm scared it might end. I hate the feeling when you're out of love. In love, in love, in love. When you're out of love. In love, in love, in love. I just hope you feel what I feel.
Hello, and welcome back to The Give and Go. I'm your co-host Reynoso, here with my boy
Soltero. What's up, guys?
We just finished watching Argentina face off against Canada. Argentina is in the finals of the Copa America. They have reached the end of this tournament, while Canada ends up getting eliminated, losing 2-0 today. The same scoreline they lost by in that same first game of this tournament. Canada is officially out of this tournament. They're kicked out of the Copa America as the last remaining CONCACAF side.
RIP.
But honestly, my whole perspective going into this game was just the question of, can Canada pull it off? Can they pull off the greatest upset, the greatest victory in their soccer history?
Yeah.
Is today the day we get to see magic? Is today the day that we get to see something truly, truly special within this Canadian side? And ultimately, we didn't. Why do you think that is?
I mean, we knew this was going to happen. That's the thing. For Canada to win, it would have been what you said, a miracle, an absolute miracle. There was no way this was going to happen. Argentina is one of the best teams in the world, not just in the Americas. And I like what Eric said in the chat. He said this game felt more like a formality than anything else. And, dude, I completely agree. Once Julian Alvarez got a really nice pass from Rodrigo de Paul, by the way. He has a good take, puts it behind in the back of the net. Once that happened in the 25th minute, I was like, okay, this game's good. This game's done.
Yeah, especially because up to that point, we had seen a good start from the Canadians, getting on the ball a lot and trying to impose themselves offensively, but never really generating a clear-cut opportunity. Julian Alvarez gets that goal, and it's kind of like how that first game went too. We were hoping for it to be tied at halftime going into the second half, but with Julian Alvarez getting that essentially early goal, this game ended quick, bro. It ended quick. Messi gets on the board, and he finally scores his first Copa America goal of this tournament with Enzo Fernandez assist as he sneakily gets a goal in this game. Argentina wins 2-0, but honestly, that second half was a sleeper, bro.
Yeah, I mean, there was really nothing else to analyze. I will say Canada had a good first 20 minutes. I guess we could say that, but even just in those 20 minutes, but throughout the entire game, we saw what has played Canada all tournament long. They have no final third play. The buildup is great. They actually stretch Argentina several times. But when they needed to have a final pass or a final shot on goal, it just never came for Canada. So honestly, I'd be a little concerned if I'm Jesse Marsch just going forward because the midfielders, Kone, Eustachio, are great off the pass in the center of the park, but when it comes to shooting, when it comes to getting a final through ball, it is not there. The same thing can be said about out wide, though, too, with Schaffelberg and Larea. There's so much activity. There's so much chaos they create, but when you need them to get an assist or a goal, it's not there. I thought Jonathan David had a poor tournament, honestly. He had another bad game today. So offensively, Canada, I'd be a little scared just going forward.
It's an interesting issue. It's an interesting issue. Alphonso Davies getting injured today. I hope the best for him. I hope he's not injured for too long. But for Canada, though, at the end of the day, they lose 2-0 to Argentina twice. So I think they quickly realized their limitations, the ceiling of this team. It's losing to Argentina 2-0. Should Canadians feel proud with the performance that they put in at the Copa America, being the team out of CONCACAF that went the farthest in this tournament and ultimately fell short against the potential champions of this tournament? Should Canadians feel proud, or is this just kind of, I don't know, just a stepping stone towards something greater?
No, I think you should feel proud. I mean, there were some really crazy moments. The game against Venezuela, I thought, was so well earned from Canada. And I think more so than anything, it kind of depicts where Canada are compared to the teams that they faced. They're better than Chile. They are definitely better than Peru. And I think they are slightly better than Venezuela. And Venezuela is a decent team. So if you take all that into consideration, I'd say, okay, you can feel really good about yourselves going forward, knowing that, all right, we don't have to qualify for the World Cup, but we at least know we're better than, average teams in South America.
No, that's facts. That's Jay Patel with just pure truth here. Canada made it further than Brazil. Respect.
Yeah.
This is something that Canadians will have over Brazilians for the rest of their footballing history. Remember 2024 Copa America? We made it farther than you guys, man. That's a crazy flex. We also have another super chat up here from one of the Give and Go listeners, Luis Melo, commenting that Drake bet $300K on Canada to win this match. Ends up losing, but the payout was insane. I believe it was like 2.5 million.
Good Lord.
Million, bro. And I just imagine what would have happened if you won that money. Dude, it would have been ridiculous. But the Drake curse continues. Canada ends up losing in this match. And we have some more super chats. Let me look at the super chats that we have right here from the Game and Go fans. Let me see what you guys are saying in response to this game. Alejandro Tiburcio says, bro, I'm just waiting for tomorrow's game. And I completely agree.
Uruguay, Colombia, man. Colombia playing some of the best offensive football in the Americas. That's going to be the go-to game to watch, man. And then, we got England, Netherlands before that. That should also be fun.
No, yes. So. And the Euros were fine, but Copa America, this definitely felt like the opener to what is the headliner of Uruguay versus Colombia. Guys, let me know this. With what we've seen from Argentina, will Uruguay, Colombia decide the winner of the Copa America? Will that decide the winner? Kind of like how that Spain-Germany matchup is already being said to have decided the winner of the Euros. Is one of those teams going to end up defeating Argentina, or will Argentina continue their domination and win a match? Because ultimately, what is a takeaway for Argentina in this performance? Because they took care of Canada, man, once again. But it is a weak opponent at the end of the day for them. It's a weak opponent in Canada. And we still haven't seen them fully get into that extra gear because, honestly, they haven't had to. They've been able to finish off and get the results pretty easily this entire path, a path that has been criticized as an easy path. So what's the takeaway on Argentina? Ultimately, is the final going to be the first time that we truly see Argentina get tested?
Yes. No, that's the takeaway here is you consider the group stage, you consider the game against Ecuador, who were weaker for most of that game, even though Argentina didn't play well. And then you see what happened today against Canada. Argentina's just better, and by a large margin, than all the opponents that they've played in this Copa America. They will not get tested fully until the final. Whether it's Colombia or Uruguay, it will be a great, great test. But we've seen in qualifiers, those games are incredibly tight, even if Uruguay and Colombia are playing well. So it doesn't really matter. Argentina's going to show up at the final.
No, that I agree. That's why I kind of want to pull back on this criticism I've had of them this entire tournament. This run has been so easy for them. They've been the clear best team, and they've only conceded one goal this entire run. They did it again today. Congratulations. But for me, it's just I'm waiting to see that final. And
Yeah,
I think Colombia, not Uruguay, either team for sure will give them that test. So that's the most exciting thing about this experience of watching Argentina so far. But I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat already showing their love and support for Colombia. Colombia Uruguay tomorrow is going to be crazy. Aaron Medina says, Vamos Colombia, I love Messi, but my country has to win. That matchup will be crazy if it's Argentina Colombia or if it's Argentina Uruguay. Let's look at some super chats. These matchups are going to be nuts, and I agree. I think the game tomorrow is the game to watch. Correa Family Diary sends us $5. Hey, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you
So much. We appreciate that. Alejandro Tiburcio says the Spain game was so good, and then you watch Copa. I agree. Today, this Copa America match was Spain without the S. Pain, bro. It was a tough watch after those 20 minutes because once Julian Alvarez scored, this game was done. Luis Melo, we already referred to him. Alejandro Tiburcio, thank you. Luis Torres says Canada should be super proud. Quick debate. 2008 to 2012 España or 2020 to 2024 Argentina? Also, our Yamin Tamale is a new Chivas player. Fidel gonna go off. Great at player. Watch out for the growth. So I need to look into that player. I need to look into him. Yamin Tamale. That's crazy. But sure, we'll do a poll. Let's do 2008, 2012 Spain, 2020, 24 Argentina. Where does the chat stand on this question? Because this question has been brought up a lot lately with Argentina winning the 2021 Copa America, winning the 2022 World Cup, and now in contention to lift the 2024 Copa America once again, whereas Spain won 2 Euros and a World Cup sandwich in between. Where are you guys gonna go with that? Because that Spanish team had so much flair. That Spanish team had so much talent, and they honestly dominated the tournaments that they participated in. Argentina is doing it, but in a different way, in a much different way. So let me know what you guys think. Who's your pick on this one?
I just think it's preference because they're not from the same continent. This basically comes down to a question, do you care about the Copa America more or the Euros? And depending on which one you think is harder, right? But then you could also look at legends. The Spain team in 2008, 2012 had some of the best midfielders in the game. This Argentine side has Angel Di Maria. It has Lionel Messi, the GOAT of football. So I think it's purely preferential, this one. I'll go Spain, but honestly, this Argentine side has been fun to watch too.
I need to see how Argentina plays in the final of the Copa America, honestly, because Spain and the Euros balled out in those finals. They balled out in the finals.
Yeah.
I need to see if Argentina can do the same in the Copa America. So I guess that'll be my differentiating factor, but I'm leaning more towards Spain personally because off of preference too.
Yeah.
I think winning the Euros is slightly tougher, and then also the play style I think is a little bit more attractive to me from Spain than Argentina, but I understand both. Chad has Spain at 61%, Argentina at 39%. Yeah. We got some more super chats we need to go through.
And
here.
I also think that Argentina have to win this tournament to be in the same conversation.
Exactly.
Like if you have a three-peat dynasty, then we can
100%, 100%. I agree with you. Yes, sir. Let's keep going. We got Northern Boy 973 says Drake is giving L's to Canada as well since his loss to Kendrick. Bro, Drake has had a rough couple of months. Good Lord, dude. Good Lord.
He's fine though.
He's fine though. At the end of the day, though, he's fine.
He's fine, bro.
Northern Boy says Colombia versus Uruguay will be a banger. I agree, dude. I can't wait. I'm excited for that stream.
Banger.
Hopefully that game lives up to the potential. As Jurel Pigeon says, would Colombia, Uruguay, and Brazil have made it to the finals if they were on Argentina's side of the table? Where would Argentina have fallen if they were on the other side? I like that question, man. I like that question.
Yeah. I mean, yes to the first one. Group A and B were so much clearly weaker than Group C and D. It wasn't. It's not even close. So yes, I think any of those teams, even Brazil, I think could have gone to the final.
Yeah, I think, man, that would have been crazy. And on the other side, if Argentina had fallen, they would have dominated. Oh no, they would have been on tougher side. I think there's that chance that Argentina gets knocked down in the quarters or semifinals. I still think they find a way to make it to the final.
Same.
Yeah,
my whole take for Argentina this Copa America is they're not as hungry, but they're still just as good if they need to be. So I think no matter where they would have fallen, they would have gone to the final.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Gustavo Gutierrez says, you guys watching English or Spanish commentary? Euros, we've been doing all English for Euros. And then mostly Copa America, we've been watching that in English, although I've caught a few in Spanish as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched the games with Reynoso, so
Yeah.
the exact same.
Yeah, I like my Spanish commentary. I think TUDN has some interesting Spanish commentators right now, though. There's a select few that I like, and if they're not commentating, then I just switch over to English. So it's interesting right now. It's interesting right now.
Honestly, though,
options.
I feel the same thing about English commentary.
too.
There's out of the whole cast between Euros and Copa America and English commentary. There's several teams that I'm just like, and there's several teams that I'm like, all right, good broadcasting.
Yeah, I agree. We're in a dark time right now for commentating, I guess.
Yeah,
We're in a lower period, man.
Lower period.
Raúl Magar says Argentina is like Real Madrid of international games. I think so far, yeah.
To a good extent, absolutely.
So far, yeah. Felipe Santana says we might get to see that in the Finalísima, maybe if both Argentina and Spain win.
Whoa, that'd be fun. That would be a lot of fun, man.
Be fun, dude. For me, I wish we could see that matchup like immediately after the Euros and the Copa America ends. I don't want to wait another year, summer next year, to see that matchup. I want to get that right away while these players are still in form. The team is playing the way that they're playing. I think right now Spain wins. I think Spain wins. I think Spain is the best international team right now if we're just going based off of form and how the teams are competing at this moment. Let me know who you guys think wins that matchup. If Argentina and Spain played right now, who would win? Who do you guys think would win? Let me know. I'm seeing shouts for Argentina. I'm seeing Messi's going to baptize Lamine Yamal at the Finalísima. Spain and Lamine going to go insane afterwards. I mean, honestly, what a day where Lamine Yamal scores and Messi scores as well.
It's crazy.
This is football heritage, my friend.
Yeah.
This is football heritage. The footballing gods giving us exactly what the script writers had hoped for. Yeah, Finalísima is meaningless because it's not really the same teams. 100% correct. Spain, Argentina, fun fact. Spain, not even close. Spain, yeah, I'm seeing shots for all teams involved. Let's get a few more super chats in here. What else are the Give and Go folks saying in the super chats? We have Juancho saying great teams are those who are consistent with quality regardless of who the opponent is. Sometimes that Argentina is not showing.
Yeah. Because Argentina, prior to winning the World Cup, they were dominating and they were doing it in style as well. Whereas now they're just dominating with zero style. And that can add to the aura of a team as they're remembered throughout history. I agree, which is, I think, why I'm more fond of the Spain team.
Is that what he's trying to say?
I think so.
I can't piece it together, man. Juancho, great teams are those who are consistent with quality regardless of who the opponent is.
Yeah, if you're consistent with your flair or your system.
I see what you're saying.
Whereas Argentina, they've won, but it just hasn't
Something
been fun.
that Argentina is not showing. Okay, I see. I agree. EC says, this Argentina club is like a familia. Don't matter how much they win it, could be ugly, but they always have each other's back. Like they're picking it up for Messi. I agree with that as well, though.
I agree.
They got a system. They got an institution right now. And these players got tenure. They got tenure. They're playing like it because the way they back each other is actually very impressive. And, yeah, they're always ready to fight if needed. Rodrigo de Paul got hit in the back with a ball today, and they're ready to go at it. So I definitely understand it. But I just wish they were more, I don't know. I wish there was a little bit more fight, more effort in the way that they're playing. More energy. The same energy we saw in 2022. Maybe we get it in the final. Luis Melo says, did you guys see, I think Ivory Coast propose a super finalissima where all international champions play against each other, essentially bringing back the Confederations Cup. And that's what I liked about it.
I think that's why it won't happen, though, because it would just be a Confederations Cup.
They won't do that again. I missed that, man. I missed that Confederations Cup. That was a dope tournament. Alejandro Tiborcio says, honestly, I want a Spain versus Colombia match, in my opinion. I mean, if we're talking about form, if we're talking about the hottest teams, Spain, Colombia right now, if I could get that tomorrow, would be the best matchup in international football. Just talking about both teams who are on fire, feeling themselves the best. The team with the longest undefeated run in international football right now, and the Spanish team who is just cooking. That'd be an amazing matchup.
Yeah.
Folks, is that all the super chats that we have here? We are done with our super chats. Guys, thank you so much for contacting us. Honestly, anything else to say about the Argentina-Canada matchup? Because, I mean, after 20 minutes, it was pretty straightforward.
Actually, I do want to add something. I want to know what the people think as well. So, chat, let me know. But what do we think about these Argentina atmospheres? Because you compare it to Venezuela, Colombia, low-key even Chile, Peru. It's kind of quiet in there, man. Not going to lie. And I don't know. I'm just curious to see what everyone thinks, and also it's very jarring to see all these European atmospheres.
Yeah.
They are crazy, and a lot of Argentina games have been just, I don't know, a little quiet.
There was 80,000 people there today, and it didn't sound like it.
It didn't sound like it, man.
It looked like it.
Looked like it. The
looks
visually amazing, but I don't know.
I mentioned this to you the other day. I think it's a lot of bandwagons. A lot of people that just bought the ticket to go see Messi.
That would make sense.
And they want to put their Argentina shirt on. They maybe weren't there to bleed with them during those trying periods a few years ago when they still hadn't won the World Cup or the Copa America. They weren't there for those times.
Yeah.
But now that they're on top, everybody wants to be an Argentina fan, so they put on that jersey. You want to go see Messi, the GOAT, play, but they don't know the chance. They don't know the how to participate fully in an Argentina match, because you watch these games at El Monumental or La Bombonera when they're qualifying for World Cup. It's a different atmosphere, bro.
Yeah.
It's different. So I agree. It's completely different. But I think that's why. I think it's a lot of people, a bunch of wannabe Argentinos at the stadiums, as Chilango says. I completely agree. And yeah, games are really expensive, so I think it's just people with money who are also getting into
that. Would actually make sense. Like if they're just really expensive, then it's just people who want to go see Messi, which would make sense. It is cool. It sucks that we can't get like a classic Argentine atmosphere at these matches, because imagine if that was 80,000 fans who usually pack, La Bombonera, for example, and then it's there in New Jersey. That would be ridiculous. And low key, maybe that's why the Argentine players aren't giving as much, because the fans aren't giving it back.
You could be right.
Low key, man.
Feels a little soulless.
Yeah.
A little soulless, bro. Actually, that's a great point, man. And I wonder what would happen in a final if Colombia makes it with their fans.
Yes.
And, maybe overtake Argentina fans for the first time here at the Copa America.
That would be dope to see.
That'd be nice, man. That'd provide a huge advantage going into the final. Northern Boy says one of the reasons why this tournament needs to be in South America.
I agree. That's actually one of the takeaways I think I'm getting from this tournament is I would love this version of it. 16 teams, 6 from CONCACAF, but let's just do it in South America.
Yeah.
Let's go to Brazil, let's go to Argentina, Ecuador, wherever it needs to be in South America. But let's just do it the same. It doesn't have to be in the States when CONCACAF's involved.
I think so.
Yeah.
And we're seeing all the empty seats and stuff. Do they really miss out on that much money by not doing it in the USA?
I wonder, man.
I just feel like they'd sell out completely if they did it like in Brazil or something.
Yeah.
Like, every game would be sold out. I just don't understand why. And the pitches too. The pitches have been criticized a lot. I think it just makes more sense. And I would love to see that. I would love to see it, but obviously invite the CONCACAF teams, please, because I do love seeing CONCACAF compete in this tournament.
Yeah, same.
I just wonder. I don't know. We've been seeing visuals of the CONMEBOL president at the games. He doesn't seem like the type of guy who makes decisions outside of money.
That's the whole thing. We've been through this before, where it's like, why don't they do the Copa America like they used to in Bolivia and Ecuador? But it's just money.
Yeah,
it's money is the reason.
Hey, third place game between Canada and the loser of Colombia Uruguay. We definitely won't be live streaming after that, folks. So let's talk about that now. Does Canada get third place, bro? Could they get third place? Probably not.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say like
not.
definitively, if it's Uruguay Colombia in that third place match, even if they're not trying, I feel like Canada won't. But I mean, I think they can make it tight. But dude, I mean, those Canada players look so tired. Like I wouldn't even want to play in that third place match, bro. That's why low key we're not gonna cover it, because it's just loser versus loser.
We got a super chat up here from Irv Los saying, "No, Argentina is not blowing out CONCACAF teams. Not like my Colombia. Argentina is still playing like crap," he says. Like crap. I don't think it's been that bad, but I definitely I see the sentiment of what you're saying. They're not playing.
I get the sentiment.
Yeah, I get the sentiment. They're not playing to the level that a lot of us expect. I'm going to hold out until that final. I need to see what happens in the final. If they play like this in the final, then we might be seeing, a slightly weaker version of Argentina that can still potentially lift up a trophy, but definitely a slightly weaker version than what we saw at the 2022 FIFA World Cup, because that version was electric, dude.
Yeah,
electric.
yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for joining. We're going to end it right here. Make sure to comment, like the stream on your way out. Subscribe to us if you're not subscribed. And we'll be back tomorrow to cover the Euros match between Netherlands and England, and then the Copa America banger, folks, the banger between Uruguay and Colombia. I better see y'all here tomorrow. Till next time, guys. Peace.